So tonight I decided to pull the intake on the 327. I got it off. You can see there's just a ton of junk in there. There's a big clump of mud and a bunch of rat mess. So gonna clean this up really quick. Take the intake to the sandblasters and have them sandblast it and powder coat it. You can see this thing's kind of roached too. It's got the Holley 2209 carburetor on it. This is a notoriously finicky carburetor. It uses a hot air choke, as you can see right here. And it's a 2-barrel carburetor. So what I'm ideally looking to do is swap it out for a 4-barrel AMC Ambassador intake manifold. This will bolt right up to the 327 here, and it's the only one that will bolt right up, except for a Gen 2 AMC 327 intake, which requires some extensive modification. So as far as bolt-up options, those are really your only two. I just wanted to mention this because I'm hoping someone you find it useful in case they find themselves in a similar situation with the restoration of one of these older J-Series Jeep trucks. So gonna clean it up in there, try and get I'll probably take this car intake, as I said, to the sandblasters, have them sandblast it and paint it, use that for a while because the 4-barrel AMC Ambassador intakes are kind of rare and hard to find. So I'll use this setup for a while, possibly try and get a carburetor adapter. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but just gonna start cleaning it up, first step, and then kind of work my way from there. So I'll check back with you guys a little bit later. Another one thing real quick that I did is I patched all the holes in the floor pans. As you can see back there, I put a patch, and the cab corners were kind of rusted out. So I patched some new metal in there, as well as, and don't hate on my welds, guys. I'm just starting to learn and doing the best I can, but it's better to make some progress. It's not that great than no progress at all. So got another piece right here, and then I sealed up a crack right there, and then patched the back of the cab right here. I got a few more little rust holes to go, but other than that, the front will be all the fabrication that needs to be done in the front will be mostly done, aside from a few pieces like where the fender bolts in. I'll have to make a little piece of metal for that so that the screws have somewhere to thread into, but I'll keep you guys updated here as I make some more progress on it. I got the frame mostly sanded down. It's ready for a coat of Pour 15, and I also got the axle pretty well sanded. There's a few little spots. It's a Dana 44. It's got a Dana 44 closed knuckle up front. I'll show you guys that when I get to the lift. But for right now, it's too cold to paint up here in North Georgia is what's going on. So I haven't painted anything yet just because it's too cold. It's only 30 degrees today, so that rust reformer won't work on the frame when it's this cold. Another thing to consider too is how cold your metal is. So even though it might be 50 degrees out, if it's sat in a cold shop all night, you might want to think about that, letting the metal warm up a little bit before you guys try and do something like this yourselves. But yep, that's what we got here, and I'll give you guys an update here shortly.